to my past self, specifically in 2020, with the unfortunate situation of living with LaShonda, and then around that time period, I have a few short messages that aren't going to change anything because you can't change the past, but I got some messages for myself. When your step-parents offer to for you to live in the Raven Shack, like the apartment in the back, say no, and ask to live in your own apartment. Because what do they do? What do your step-parents do? And in 2021, don't go to your step-parents' house. Don't engage with your stepdad, especially. Don't talk to him, or avoid talking to him when he picks you up in the car. Avoid talking to him at his house. And on Thanksgiving of 2021, don't go to his house unless he tells you that you have to go. And I still have yet to figure out what to do in the situations, in the events that transpire in the presence of your step-parents, especially at your step-parents' house. There's not really much you'll be able to do, but hopefully it'll turn out right. Hopefully it'll turn out good, and hopefully they'll go to AA and stop drinking and stop all the negative stuff like calling the police on you and stuff, but or assaulting you. There's really not much that can, like, I don't have, like, for those time periods, especially in the time periods before 2020, I don't have much advice for you other than learn from the best, get good, and become more independent, and work on your behavior. Rule out any of it being your behavior, and I would say remove yourself from the situation. And that is one of my coping mechanisms. But certain actions by my step-parents and other people, especially usually or in certain situations, like whenever they throw the first punch and then they call the police, or they just call the police on you, there's not much you can do about that. Or if they have you cornered in a place where there are walls on every side of you except for where they are, and then they assault you in the cupboard. There's not much you can do about that. If he assaults you in 2021 and then calls the police and and shoves you 3 times and then tells the police that you assaulted him 3 times after drinking wine as usual, well, there's not much you can do about that. But once you get into a better situation, try to have a great relationship with them. Try to communicate that you don't want these things to happen anymore, and maybe things will get better. But until you communicate that, and until your step parents make some changes and you free yourself from other negative people and only attract positivity, then there are some things that need to be worked on, because those sorts of situations are unacceptable. They just, I can't do anything. Being put into situations like that, my hands are tied. There's nothing I can do. I am just standing there. I am just sitting there. I am being silent, and I am being passive and avoiding conflict and removing myself from the situation. But sometimes that's not enough.